What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Got another fresh installment. This is the transfer portal series that I'm covering. Let's see, what is this? Okay, transfer portal series. Oops, no, that's not what I want to do. This is the transfer portal series where we're covering everything transfer portal leading up to January 2nd. Because all of this is leading up to January 2nd. So we're already on the 23rd. Just looking at the timetable, we already at the 23rd. Christmas is coming up. Then we're going to have the weekend after Christmas. And then we're going to have that Monday after Christmas, which is the 29th. Right around the 29th, things are really going to start heating up, leading into New Year's. Then we're going to have a New Year's chat and stuff like that. And then right after New Year's, that's when it's going to get down. It's going to get down right there. For some of the players that's entering the portal, it could be a possibility where they could retain some of these players. They can retain some of these players that's entering the portal. Hopefully, they retain these three people. This is the running back attack. You got the Kalen Taylor, Michael Welch, Dallin Hayden. I call it Colorado's rushing attack because this is a really decent rushing attack for Colorado. It's a really decent attack. So hopefully they'll be able to keep this attack, but we'll see. We don't know how many other people entering the portal though. But as of right now, I didn't hear about any of these players entering the portal that we have right here, which is Dallin Hayden, the Kalen Taylor, and Michael Welch. So hopefully we'll see the news coming from them to see if they enter the portal or not. We'll see. Let's see. As of right now, they have one player that's entering the portal. In my mind, hopefully they can negotiate to try to stay. But the way the Colorado Insider has said it, good riddance with him. And the thing is, guys, I went and watched his all 22 film. I saw the breakdown of it. They are making a critical mistake, letting this player go. And the sentiment is he's not worth $500,000. Guys, they are making a huge mistake saying that he's not worth $500,000. And they're probably thinking, well, we're not going to pay a safety that much. Well, I don't know how much Caleb Downs is getting, but he getting way more than 500,000. He probably getting about 5 million or something like that. He's getting a hell of a lot of money. In my mind, let me see. In my mind, this person that they're making a huge mistake here, letting this kid go, or at least not trying to retain him. Now I don't know what's happening on the back end. Maybe they are trying to retain him. I'm not sure, but if they're not at least making an effort to try to maintain him, I don't know what their philosophy is here. At least not trying to retain this kid. Don't let the Colorado Insider fool you. This kid can play. And a lot of things that he did for the defense is not showing up in the stat book. And I knew that. That's why I had to watch the all 22 film breakdown. Yeah, we don't know. Here's the thing. I have to say allegedly. I don't know if he's asking for 500,000. We're going to have to say allegedly. But I just want to say, just to give him props, that he's worth more than that. He's worth $1 million or two, a couple, whatever. Matter of fact, I can't even put a price tag on his value to the defense. And a lot of things that he did for the defense did not show up in the stat book. And if the coaches didn't see that, they're losing next year because that means they can't identify talent. They having a problem identifying talent. If they feel like he's not valuable, then they're not going to win next year. I'm telling you this. I'm going to go over a whole series on why they're not even making it to a bowl game. It's not even a fact of the matter is, and he didn't even start the first couple of games in the season. He didn't even start. He should have been starting. There's a lot of things that he did on defense that the stat books don't show. Just him being in the right place at the right time, him having his using his instincts and awareness to be at the right place in the right time. For him to be making plays when the plays weren't even there. If they didn't see that, then it's a problem, and it's coming from up top. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna win like this. I don't care how many people they bring in. I would be concerned now if I'm a player coming there. If they're getting rid of this player on what he did, it's only one or two things. Either they deem him a head case. Now, what do I mean they deem him a head case? Meaning that maybe he have a bad attitude. That's the only thing I can think of for them not keeping him. But did you know some of the coaches that are coaches right now, when they played in college, they were hard to deal with. They brought some problems. They weren't model citizens. They were not. And the colleges dealt with it because they look, we trying to win over here. We ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about we trying to win. That's how it was back in the 80s and 90s. The only thing I can think of, either he had a blow up with the coaching staff and they don't want him anymore because maybe he had a blow up. That's the only thing I can think of not keeping this kid. They know he can play. They know he can play. I'm going to tell you this right now. They know 100% that this kid can play. It must have been something that happened behind closed doors. It had to be. It had to be something because it don't make sense. Okay, if he had a bad attitude, that's the only thing I can think of. But guess what? He may have had a bad attitude because maybe they didn't know what they were doing. Maybe they were trying to restrict him, and this type of player. I'm looking at his all 22 film. Maybe he was fighting the coaching staff. Maybe he knew he had a good understanding of how to stop certain things, and they were trying to restrict them because they don't know what they're doing. That could be it too. Or he could have a bad attitude. Let me tell you something, man. A person that they had deemed that had a bad attitude back in the NBA was Allen Iverson. You remember that legendary press conference with Allen Iverson when he said, "You talking about practice? You talking about practice?" Well, guess what? He was a first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. And the only reason why he didn't win a championship is because he stayed with Philadelphia too long. If he had went to LA and played with Kobe and all of them, he would have won a championship. And the reason why he's first ballot Hall of Fame is because Allen Iverson was credited with changing the game, because when he came into the league, they went from man to man to zone because that was the only way they could stop him. That's how he changed the game. But you could have easily said that he had a bad attitude. You could have easily said that. Some people, I want to know why. If he had a bad attitude, I'm saying this is all alleged. If he did have a bad attitude, I want to know why. I would like to talk to him. Why? Why? What happened? Were they not seeing your vision on deep? This is the type of person that you let him fly. He's the type of person where the coaches come to him and say, "Hey, what you think about this and what you think about that?" Because they did the same thing with Travis. They pretty much let Travis do what he wanted to do. This is the type of player that you let him do what he want to do. Like, what are you seeing on defense? He's the type of player where a defensive coach, hey man, let's sit down and watch some film. I want to get your perspective on certain things. He's the type of player you do this with. It's clearly on film. The film doesn't lie. Even when they were losing, he was the only shining star on that team for that day. He was the only shining star. Maybe with with the exception of a few other people. That was it. He was trying to put paint where it wasn't. He's the type of player where you sit down with and say, "Hey, look, man, look at this defensive scheme. What you think about this? Where are you going to be? Tell me what you thinking about in this scenario." They need to sit down with him. That he's the type of player where you got to sit down with. He's the leader of that defense. They're losing it. Something is wrong here. Okay, something is totally wrong, and I'm not blaming this kid. They're gonna try to blame this kid. I think they are. Well, how did you lose the other player? You lost another player last year that was a leader on defense. You lost him to the portal. So you're losing cornerstone players. Could you imagine if they had that other kid they lost? Because a lot of people saying he lost because they ain't want his brother no more. Could you imagine if they had him and Tawfiq on the same team? Could you imagine that? If they had him and Tafi on the same team, there is something going on. It's not. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, Hood. I'm not saying. The only thing I can think of is a couple things. Either they're going to try to negotiate with him. We don't know. They could, in their mind, even though he's announced his intentions on going to portal. They could be trying to work with him. They can't do it right now though. They got to wait till the portal opens. And then they can talk to him and talk to his agent like, look, we could do this and do that. Maybe they're trying to do that, or they deem him to have an attitude problem. Or is it a situation where they don't like alphas? Is that a situation? Because Hill Green was an alpha. I could tell he was. I can look at him and tell he was an alpha. I can look at him and tell. I can look at alphas and tell that they're alphas. And then my question is it a problem with alphas on that team? Because if it is, y'all never going to win. You need alphas on the team to win. You need alphas. Now, some coaches could get it misconstrued that this person has an attitude problem. No, this person wants to win bad. He wants to win. Sometimes the kid might want to win bad as hell. He feel like y'all not doing the right thing. That's when y'all got to sit down and have a conversation. Okay? Because if you guys didn't like Travis the way you did, you might have thought he had an attitude problem. You might have thought so. Because Travis, he'll give Shador an earful on that sideline, and don't think I didn't see it. He would give him an earful now. Look, you better throw me this ball. See, he could get away with that, but certain other players can't get away with that. Now, listen, if Tawfiq is giving y'all a mouth, he might get away with it for me. And also, if Hill Green was the same way, if he was jaw jacking back with you, he might could get away with that. These are future NFL players. Now, what the insider said, half these players that's going for money, they're not going to the NFL. No, Tawfiq is going to the NFL. I promise you this. He's going to the NFL. Hood is going to the NFL. Hill Green is going to the NFL. Okay? Khalil Benson is going to the NFL. I promise you this. Even if they make roster spots, I guarantee they're going to the NFL. Now, I heard that when Khalil left, they said that his confidence was so shot that it took his head out of the whole season. They said his confidence was that shot. Now, that's a problem. You mean to tell me his confidence was that shot and he's now blocking for the Heisman Trophy winner? That's the coaches. That's on y'all. That's on y'all. Because you don't just mysteriously get better in a couple of months. That doesn't happen. You don't mysteriously get better in a couple of months. Okay? He was already good. He was already good. Okay? That was on the coaches. You guys fucked up. Okay? You guys fucked up. There is no way this kid can start and go block for a Heisman Trophy winner at right tackle if he's garbage. There's no way. There's no way. I knew right then and there when I was watching him because I followed him the whole season. I said, let me see what this kid gonna do. I said he going back to Indiana. He's certainly sitting the bench. And then I'm looking at him in preseason. I'm like, and I'm looking at the depth chart. I said, there's no way he's number one on the depth chart because he couldn't do it at Colorado. There's no way. So then the season started. And I'm looking at the game highlights. I said, he's out there. I'd be damned. And then I look at, as the season go on, I said, maybe he's subbing in for somebody. I'm looking at the mid-season because you can tell, you can spot him really good on right tackle because he got that little hunch on his shoulder pads. You can really tell it's him. I said, I'd be damned. That's him right there. So what changed? What changed? I know the YouTube videos, I heard that. So what changed? See, let me tell you something. I'm not knocking the coaches, but you guys got to accept responsibility here. You guys fucked up, man. You guys did. How did Hillgreen leave and he's all of a sudden he went to Alabama? The fuck? I thought he was I didn't know he had more eligibility. I said he ain't playing in Alabama. Look, I'm like this. He's not playing in Alabama. He gonna go sit the bench. Maybe he got him a check. He gonna go sit the bench. And then I see opening day, I see him out there. I said, wait a minute. And then, but the real situation is Khalil Benson. They said that man. They said his confidence was so shot that he had to leave there. They said his confidence was really, really shot. I know he had some injuries and stuff like that too, but they said his confidence was gone. No telling what they said to him. What did y'all say? He can't play? What are y'all acting like he was garbage? He just blocked for the Heisman Trophy winner. Are y'all crazy? Y'all fucked up. And if y'all don't correct it, you're not winning next year. You're not winning no matter who you bringing in there. It don't matter. You mean to tell me, I told y'all, I was the first one to say it the first year. People kept saying that dude Tank is garbage. He's garbage. I said, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's doing this shit on purpose. He's letting them, he's taking sacks on purpose. I said it. I said he's an NFL player. That y'all laughed at me. Y'all not here now. I know y'all listening, but y'all laughed at me. Y'all laughed at me and said he's not an NFL player, man. You crazy. He's in the NFL now. He's on a roster. The fuck? Now, how did I know he's an NFL player? Because I did my research on him. I watch his off-season work. Has he ever played soccer before? I look at stuff like that. That means he got good footwork. Was he a soccer player? Did he play basketball? No, these are the stuff that I look for. Because all the great offensive linemen like Orlando Pace, he played basketball. Tony Gonzalez, the great tight end, played basketball. Didn't he play basketball in college? Tony Gonzalez, yes. What's his name? Guys, what's the great defensive end for the University of North Carolina that played basketball and football at North Carolina? What's his name? He's headed to the Hall. He should be. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, he's headed there. What's his name? Didn't he have good footwork? Because he played basketball at North Carolina and football. What was his name? He played at UNC. He was a defensive end, and he played for the Bears. I forget his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He played basketball and football. I look at this stuff because everything has been done already. So if a kid is doing certain things, that's okay. That means he got good footwork. That means he got good footwork. Is the kid in martial arts? That means he nice with his hands. Have you ever been a boxer? Different things like that. There's certain offensive linemen they could make yeah, he chased down, well, what was his name? He did chase down Michael Vick. I forget it. His name is well, hold on, I'll tell you right now. His name is Julius Peppers. And y'all know Julius Peppers was a dog. Y'all know this. Thank you. You said it too. His name is Julius Peppers. I can spot a Julius Peppers. I can spot one. I could spot him in high school. It depends on what is he doing. Is he playing basketball too? Is he playing football? Did he take boxing? Is he martial? It's just certain things. You could see these players. That's how I knew. I could see it in Tank. I knew he was an NFL player. I could see it. And I felt like allegedly he was giving up sacks on purpose. I called it the first year. I said, this dude, something happened here. Because I remember this one play he was blocking. He did this. He let his hands go while the person was in front of him. He went right past him, and Shador got teed off on. I didn't like that. And I said, I'm going to watch this dude because when he go to his next college, he's all of a sudden mysteriously going to start blocking again, which was messed up. Because here's the thing, what I say to players. If you're having a bad situation at your school, don't do nothing like that. You don't want to burn bridges because it could come back to you later on in life, especially if you go pro. And stuff like that, people are looking at. Because if I'm a scout, I'm going to remember he did that. And I'm going to have a conversation with him. I'm going to say, look, man, be real with me. What happened at Colorado? Because how the hell are you in the NFL now? That means you did something on purpose. That's what I would say to him. Did you do this on purpose? Or did you just mysteriously get better in the off season? Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes it takes people 3 to 4 years to get to be premier. So I would have that conversation with him. Now, why am I saying all of this? I know what I'm watching. So when Buffed and Prime did the all 22, because I knew they were going to do it. They did the all 22 breaking down Tafi Byard. I needed to see a few things. There's certain things that he does that the stats don't pick up. So I needed to see it. And they broke it down to where I saw it. They made a mistake here. Neely said that, and I know that Coach Prime, he may feel this way because he liked the post that Neely said. When Neely was talking, Coach Prime liked it. He liked the post. So that means he agreed with what Neely was saying. They making a mistake here. So the only thing I can think of, guys, that they must deem him a head case. That's the only thing I can think of. They might think he's problematic in his behavior. That's the only thing I could think of. And just to go ahead and send him somewhere else because he got a problem. But I'm gonna have to say allegedly because I don't know this kid. There's two sides of the story. This kid might be frustrated because, like, damn, I'm making a certain amount. I need to be making this much. I'm valuable to this team. They said that there's some people on defense that's making well over 500,000. I can't believe this. I said, no, they're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I gotta find that sound bite with what's his name from No Jumper. No, you're not. No, you're not. Who on defense is making over 500,000? I know what y'all gonna say. You're gonna say Jaheim, maybe. So you mean to tell me he made that and you can't pay Tawfiq the five? Oh, y'all crazy. He had to be a head case. It had to be. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. It had to be a head case situation. When I say head case, that means that he may have had a blow up with the coaches. That's the only thing I can think of. And here's what I want to say with the players, man. Things are not perfect. You cannot blow up on your coaches. I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying this is the only thing I can think of for them not to give him his money. Because he's worth the money. The All 22 film shows it. I know the coaches saw it. I know they saw it. So it had to be he had a blow up. He had to have had a blow up. Blow up. Only thing is DJH. It is a huge mistake. The only thing I can think of, he had a blow up with one of the coaches. That's my opinion. You said they about to pick up 2 safeties for half the price. Hey, you think Ohio State feels that way about Caleb Downs? Well, let's let Caleb Downs go. Let's not pay him all these millions of dollars. Let's go get 4 players to replace Caleb Downs. Man, please. The only reason why I'm mentioning Caleb Downs because he's the best safety in all of college football. All of college football. And I'm saying that because Coach Saban said it. Coach Saban said he had never seen a kid like this in a long time. He said he tried to find something wrong with him. He tried. He said when Caleb Downs got there, he said he breaks down film so well because he sat with him. And he just sat quiet, like, damn, letting this kid speak. You're like, what the fuck? He said he tried to find something wrong with him so he can correct it. There was nothing. He said he's never seen something like that in a very long time. In a very long time. And he said that about Caden Proctor as well. But he said that Caleb Downs, he said he was ready to go out the gate. And unfortunately, Coach Saban retired and Caleb Downs, he transferred because he wanted to play for Coach Saban. So he transferred and he went to Ohio State. But if you go look at Caleb Downs all 22 film, because I wanted to know what makes Caleb Downs so great. So somebody broke down his all 22 film. It's almost reminiscent of Tawfiq Byard. It's almost reminiscent. They're at the ball. They're always at the ball. They're always making plays where it's not. They're a threat on the field. There was a play where Tafi, he cut the man's route off and it forced a sack because you could tell that was the premier receiver that the quarterback was looking at. Tafi cut it off. And then he also, remember the pass deflection? He created a pass deflection that put them in good position. This stuff, these some of the things that he do on the field, the stats don't call it, but you got to have an eye for it. I know the coaches saw it. I know the coaches did. I know the defensive coordinator. Let me say something to the defensive coordinator real quick. If you feel as though Tafi needs to still be on the team, but you're not saying anything, you need to be fired. If you feel like you have an NFL player and these other coaches are tripping and you want him on the team, you need to speak up. If not, you need to be fired. Coach Prime doesn't need yes men on the team if he's trying to win. He don't need it. Because he gonna be laughed out of college football eventually. They're gonna laugh him out. That's what they're trying to do now. These teams are trying to embarrass him. These teams are literally trying to embarrass him. Just like that first match where they were down 40 at halftime. They're really trying to embarrass him. And it was one when I forget what game they played. It was a away game. They started playing perfect timing or something. Or whatever. They're trying to embarrass him. So if you feel like there's some players that you need to keep and you feel like they need to pay, you need to say something. And if he goes against it, like, coach, well, you don't need me here. I'm hitting the goddamn portal myself. That's what you need to say. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, man. No knock on Ron Coleman. I see that you said that name. There was no way y'all should have put Ron Coleman in that position when you got these 3 running back. You got Dallin Hayden and all of them. There's no way you should have put him in. So my question is, who idea was that? When you got Dallin Hayden sitting on the goddamn bench. When you got Michael Welch sitting on the bench. Okay? I think DeKalen got hurt. There's no way you do that. Ron is a wide receiver. Okay? Ron is not a running back. He is a wide receiver. That's what he is. He is a wide receiver. Just like Draylon is a wide receiver. You guys are playing him out of position, I think. But he's gone, though. I know you're talking about grabbing the players for cheap, right? You might hit on. You're right about that, because they've already done it already. Motivated. I'm gonna get to that too about that philosophy because he's saying that for that price, you can get 3 to 4 players. I think out of 3 to 4 players, you might hit on two. You might hit on two on average. You might hit on two, especially if you get somebody that's ready for the spotlight, that's hungry, that's trying to make a name for themselves so they can go on to another team and make money. Because that's what's going to happen. They're not staying in Colorado. They only staying there for 1 year to ball out and go somewhere else and make money. You're going to hit on you're going to hit on two out of 4. Out of 5, the 5 that you require, you're going to get it right on at least 1 or 2. Because they got it right on Chidozie. They got it right on Benson, but they took him out of position. They got it right on Hillgreen. They got it right on Tafi. They got it right on Hood, but they letting all these players go. So it's not sustainable anyway. Yeah, they're gonna hit. At best, this is what you call a front runner team. They front runners. They're not gonna ever get anywhere. It's just that they'll win maybe 5 games. That's it. Maybe 4 or 5. Maybe get to a bowl game and lose, something like that. This is not going to be a team that's built for the premiership. And if you know soccer, you know what the premiership is. This is not a premiership team. This is a lower level team. This is not. They're not ready for the premiership. You know how they should do that? How they do it in soccer. You know how you got to build your team up and then you'll qualify for the premiership. That's what they should do in football. They should. Certain teams should go down a level. There's no way Colorado should be in Power 5. And this is even before Coach Prime got there. This is no way this is a Power 5 team. It's not. But you know how Vanderbilt built themselves back up? And now they're in the premiership, even though they've been in the SEC, but they built themselves back up. This team has to build themselves back up. It takes a while. Look how long it took Vanderbilt to get to where they are now. It takes a while. It took at least 4 years, maybe 5. You said Tawfiq was upset that Ben Finisev started over him. He was valid. I'm gonna be honest with you. For what I see in that all 22 film, there's no way Ben should have started over. And no shade to Ben Finisev. There's no way. There's no way, Coach. There's no way Ben Finisev should have started over, man. It ain't no knock to Ben Finisev. But a lot of that got to do with politics because it looks good for him treating certain players the way he's doing it. It looks good. It looks good. But I'm gonna tell you something, Coach. Even when you did that, them fans still not feeling you like that. They don't care. They want to win around here. So if that means that Tawfiq need to be in before Ben, they okay with that. But when you give them a scholarship and stuff like that, it looks good. You know what I'm saying? It looks good. It looks like you got a heart. But nah, I ain't. I'm not feeling all that. I want to see. I want the dogs to be in there because you say you're looking for dogs, right? But the thing is, you might not can't handle the dogs because dogs come with a certain attitude. You goddamn right. Got dogs come with a certain attitude because you had a certain attitude when you were in college. I bet you wouldn't have coached yourself. You wouldn't have coached yourself, coach, because you sat there at the combine saying that you're not talking to certain teams because they're not going to be available to pick you. I bet you wouldn't coach somebody like that. You wouldn't coach nobody like that. I don't care how good they are. You wouldn't coach them. Certain dogs got certain attitudes. Some of the players that you brought in, they even talked to Colorado. They had major problems when they were younger. Ray had a whole court case. A whole court case. but he turned his life around. You guys were problems when you were younger. You were. You wouldn't have coached yourself. He wouldn't have coached himself. He wouldn't have. I don't care how good the person is. He wouldn't be able to take that person on his team because he would say they're a cancer to the locker room. He would have said that. I'm being real with you. You said not trying to argue, but can we not damn God? If not, I can lead peacefully. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean damning God? I don't know what you talk. I don't get what you're saying. You trying to throw the show off. That's what you're trying to do because I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm talking football here. What are you talking about? I'm not talking religion. I'm not talking religion. I don't get what you're saying like you're trying to disrupt the show. I'm not sure what you're saying here. What do you mean I'm damning God? Oh, when I said cot damn, I'm not saying goddamn. I'm saying cot got. I don't know. I can't really. I can't. I'm not going to explain my slang to you. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna explain my slang. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the tri-state. Just like coaches from Florida. Everybody speak differently. I'm not gonna sit up here and cater to what I'm saying for you. You know what I'm saying? How can you say something like that? How can you try to control somebody's life like that? Who are you to try to control somebody's life? That's crazy. Like, think about what you just did. Like, I know I'm not damning God. It's a slang. I'm not damning God. It's a slang. You know what I'm saying? This is not religion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not damning God. If you felt that way, my bad. You know, if you felt that way. If you felt that way, yeah, nah, bro. I don't do that. It's usually COT damn or COD damn. It sounds like God. I'm not saying God. It do sound like that, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a problem here. Like, it's a serious issue. I don't think Coach would have coached himself at Florida State. If he had the same exact person who he was at Florida State on that team, he wouldn't have coached himself because he had a hell of a ego, hell of a ego. He wouldn't have coached himself. He wouldn't have coached himself, man. Because some of the dogs they got egos. That's. Let me tell you something. A football player is a different type of player. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with him having an ego because he needed it. For him to be that good, he needed that type of ego. You need that type of confidence. You need it. You actually need it. Even though he can back it up, he could. But Tafi can back his up too. And he's now, I don't know. It has to be something that he's a head case. It has to be. There's no way they can be like, oh, he ain't worth the money, Neely. There's no way he can say he's not worth the money because he is. They can't sit here and play Jedi mind tricks and say that he's not worth the money. He is worth the money. I know it sounded that way, but yeah, I don't mean it like that. Yeah, I really don't mean it like that. No, I don't. But I get what you're saying. It do sound like that. So that's all I'm saying there for Tawfiq. I said, yo, let me just watch the all 22 film breakdown. Guys, I couldn't, I was floored. This kid mattered. This kid, even when they were getting, he was like the only one like that really cared on the team. He cared. Maybe the coaches don't care as much as he do. They don't. This is embarrassing. It really is. It's embarrassing. But it happens. I know what people are gonna say. Well, it happens on every team. You're not gonna retain everybody. I know, I get that. But you guys changed the narrative though. It's okay for him to hit the transfer portal, right? Because other players are doing. The Arizona State quarterback hit the transfer portal, right? No. But your representative said, well, is we not trying to pay him. That's how see y'all made it that way. It's a money thing. Y'all, well, we're not gonna pay him. You paying Jordan Seaton. You paying him. You paid Jaheim, you paid the quarterback, you paid both quarterbacks. One sat the bench for millions of dollars. You paying them. So why not pay this person that proven that he balled out this season? You don't want to pay him? See, that's why I'm talking about it. Because Neely, the one made it like that. I'm not saying Coach Prime said it, because he can come out and say, look, guys, I didn't say this. I didn't say this. I was at the Cleveland game. Neely said this, and that's cool, because we're not talking about Coach. We're talking about Neely. Just to let y'all know. He the one said it. And he said that he's a representative. He said that he controls what he puts out, what he wants us to hear. Now, that's already out of pocket. But he said he controls, and now he controls what we need to hear. Who the fuck he think he is? He controls what we want to hear and this and that. All we got to do is reach out to the players. That's all we got to do, and find out what's going on. Okay? No, you don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only person that matters here is Coach Prime. If he decides he want to hold a press conference, that's the only person that matters. You don't matter. Okay? You don't. If Bucky decided that he wanted to speak on this, then I'll listen to him. Okay? But when you're talking, you really don't matter. Now, you shouldn't have said that we could spend $500,000 elsewhere, because it's making it seem like Tawfiq, all he wants is money. That's what you're making it seem like. You're out of pocket. Because Coach should have said it, not you. Coach is not going to say that unless you are his representative, because he can't say it. Now, it looks that way. You know why it looks that way? Because he liked your post. That's why it looks this way now. It stinks. It stinks. You know what I'm saying? Because only way is I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt, because he could have had a blow up with the coaches. Because I think the coaches mentioned, people have blow ups and stuff like that. You can't hold that against a kid for the rest of his life if he had a blow up with you. Because y'all had blow up with y'all coaches. Yes, y'all did. When y'all were younger, y'all had blow up with the coaches. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. You just see, these kids don't remember, because it was the 80s and the 90s. Y'all had blow up with the coaches. Coach Sapp was a problem. Yes, he was. But he was a premier player. Okay? I remember, okay, watch this. They gonna wild out when I say this. Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm not gonna say which year. Y'all were there. The Miami players. Yes, y'all were, because I was there. Y'all were wilding out on that goddamn beach. Oh, yes. Daytona Beach, the Black College reunion. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all were wilding out. Y'all were wilding out. It was like a freak night, guys, if y'all don't know. Okay? Now, Coach, I'm like, God damn, he going back that far. I'm going back that far because I was there. Y'all were wilding out. Okay? Y'all were wilding out. Y'all weren't choir boys. Okay? So don't hold it. If he blew up a couple times, dogs are gonna blow up sometime if they feel like y'all ain't doing what y'all doing if they not being prepared on defense. Sometimes you're gonna have a person that have a blow up every now and then. If Seton have a blow up, y'all not gonna hold it against Seton. If Travis had a blow up, y'all not gonna hold it against Travis. This kid is worth y'all trying to keep. He's worth it. He's worth it. Now, I don't know if he had a blow up, but he may have. That's the only way that this makes sense, that he had a blow up. That's the only thing that makes sense. Shit, I have a blow up too if Ben is starting ahead of me and he playing like how he playing in those games. Y'all crazy. It's on the coaches. If Ben started before him, it's the coach's fault. Because I looked at the all 22. I see he's in the right place at the right time. That's on y'all. That's the defensive coordinator. Y'all out of pocket. You guys are severely out of pocket. If Ben started over him, you wouldn't have let Ben start over Shiloh. So what's the problem? Ben didn't start over Shiloh, so he shouldn't have started over Tafi. I'm too real for this. I'm gonna go ahead and stop, yo. I'm going to go ahead and stop because you didn't let Ben start over Shiloh. So why Tawfiq? What's the difference? You didn't let other people start over Travis. So what's the difference? It's the same thing. This kid is a future NFL player. That's what I'm telling you. He's a future NFL player. Yo, could it go back to when coach sunned his brother? Because you did. His coach sunned his brother, saying you need to stay in your place and be a fanboy or something. He said that to Tafiq's brother back in the day. I don't know what it is, but it's no way Ben should have started over him. I'm sorry. So maybe he had an attitude over it. You wouldn't have started somebody over Warren Sapp. He would have had an attitude. I bet you he would have. You know what I'm saying? You guys are not. I don't know, man. Yo, I bet you right now there's a few hotheads on the University of Alabama. Did you know there's certain players and certain things you just don't fuck with? If they have them in the NFL, there's certain players the coach is just like, all right, I ain't messing with this guy because he do his thing. Well, Jordan Tyson left on his own. It wasn't a situation to where coach told him to leave. He left on his own because there was a bunch of Colorado players the first year when coach got there that Louis Luggage speech rubbed them the wrong way. And they all decided, they got together and said, we're going to leave before the spring game. That's what happened. They made a whole live about it. I saw it. They made a whole video about it. You said, so Max, why didn't he leave his previous school? Answer that because it seems you have all this smoke for CU. Why didn't he stay at his old school? Well, why did Coach Prime why didn't he stay at Jackson State? It's the same thing. And you said I got smoke. I'm the only one that's going hard for Shador. I'm going real hard. I said it's a crime scene what happened to Shador, but I'm fair though. I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? I what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong to me. I'm the only one going hard on Shador. I'm going real hard. Where were you at when I was going hard for Shador? But all of a sudden I'm saying something you don't like because I'm not in the cult because I'm not a cult member, right? Now all of a sudden I'm a bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. I did the same thing. You guys were tripping on me when I was sticking up for Carmani. But guess what? The mothers heard it. They heard it. They heard it. These parents be listening. They heard it. They said, yo, Matt, yo, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I used to talk to these mothers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They appreciated it because there's two sides to the story. That kid was a hard worker and he was talented. He shouldn't have left there. It takes kids a couple years to grow into what they about to do. That doesn't mean that he don't have the talent. He's a kid. Now he don't grow up into a grown ass man. Yo, I think so, Allen. That would have him in that offense. I think he would have excelled in that offense for sure. Caden Salter for sure. But yes, I always defend the players first. I've always in the first year people ate me up against Cavassier Smoke. I said, why ain't they playing him? He came from Kentucky. He did okay at Kentucky. Why can't they play him here? I did the same thing the first year against Cavassier Smoke. I said, God damn, on senior year, y'all can't even play him on senior day? The fuck? I said this. I said the same thing about Kermani. I said, what's going on here? Like the kid is good. You see him working out on the off days. He's doing his thing. Like, what's the problem? So I've been doing this. I'm always been somebody that think on my own. I'm not a part of no clique. I don't want to be a part of no clique. I'm not trying to be in nobody's face. I just call it how I see it. Tawfiq is a premier. He's going to be in the NFL one day. They're losing an NFL player, just like they lost Hood. Okay, they got it wrong with Hood. They told him he would go see the door. They had it wrong with Hood. Some players now here, and I also said this. See, you just came in barking. You hadn't been listening the whole time. I said if Tafi, if he had a blow up with the coaches, he shouldn't have done that. And I wanted to say this to the players. You don't want to have a blow up with the coaches, okay? Because it could affect your playing time, everything else. You just want to keep your head down and then hit the transfer portal when the season is over if it's not working out. But you want to be careful with blowing up with the coaches. I had already said this, and you came in here saying I got smoked for CU. I don't get what you're saying. And also I said this is on Uncle Neely. Uncle Neely is the one out of pocket here. I ain't talking about Coach Prime. I'm talking about Uncle Neely. Uncle Neely was the one said the kid won 500,000, and you might say to yourself, well, who was he talking about? Well, he had him in the thumbnail. He had Tawfiq in the thumbnail, so he got to be talking about Tawfiq. Okay, so you came up in here a little too late. I don't have to explain myself because I'm not trying to be in nobody's face anyway. I'm sitting here calling how I see it. The kid has premiere footage on that film. I guarantee he's gonna go somewhere and make more than 500,000 if that's what he was asking for. That's my point. And if they can't get it right up top, they're not gonna win next year. They're not. Okay? They're not going to win. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't care who they brought in. They don't brought in, you know how many NFL players they brought in? Khalil Benson, NFL. Remember I said it. Gone. They said his confidence was totally shot when he left CU. Now he's headed to the National Football League. He just blocked for the Heisman Trophy winner. So you mean to tell me it took a couple of months over the summer for him to be good to block for the Heisman Trophy winner? Nah, he was already good. No. We can have disagreements. That's what it's all about. It don't matter. Like, we can have disagreements. But the thing is, you don't have to like everything I say because I'm coming off strong because the kids can't do it. So I'll do it. The kids can't come off this strong. I'm gonna do it. The coach is out of pocket. And I know he's out of pocket because he liked what Neely said. Neely sat up there, he was severely out of pocket. You don't sit up there and say the kid want money. That's why he leaving. You don't say that. That's a bad reflection on y'all, on you, on the whole program. Oh, he leaving because he want money. You're not supposed to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that behind closed doors. If he is leaving because of money, we don't need to know that. We don't need to, of course, it's understood if they're going in a portal, they seeking better opportunity, maybe financially, but that's not something the coaches say. It's nearly here. He the one messed this up. And guess what? ESPN is reporting on it. He out of pocket. I mean, coach got his money. Remember he said it, my extension, they gave him his extension. He got his money. Why can't these other kids there's nothing wrong with them wanting their money. He even said it. He said there's nothing wrong with a kid leaving. But Neely said, oh, well, his interception don't worth nothing. Watch this. Let me finish this, and I hear what you're saying. Watch this. Oh, his 4 pass breakups and his interception ain't worth nothing. No, Neely. He has some stuff on that film that don't come up in the stats. He matters. He is a premier safety in college football, and you don't even know it. And maybe the coach don't even know it either because he liked your fuck ass post. Okay, he liked it. So that means he might not even know if he's sitting up there agreeing with you. Okay? Let me tell you something. I hate to say it like this. If Caleb Downs came to Colorado, his ass would be sitting the bench. Okay? He wouldn't have made it. I'm talking about Caleb Downs. Y'all, if let's say if Caleb Downs maybe had a problem with y'all because y'all ain't know, y'all would have sat him. I'm sorry. You guys have a lot of work to do in the transfer portal. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm just being honest with you, man. Y'all lost me, yo. Y'all lost me. I don't think this is working. Y'all lost me. As a matter of fact, I'm about to show you something. Hold on. Uh, this might not have been impressive for Neely either. For his dominant 2025 campaign at Ohio State, safety Caleb Downs posted stats including 2 interceptions. He only had 2 interceptions, Neely. Tawfiq had 1. Caleb only had 2 for your liking, allowing a lower passer rating, earning accolades like the Lott Trophy and Jim Thorpe Award, being named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, and achieving unanimous All-American status, showcasing elite coverage and playmaking ability despite relatively low tackle count. Listen to me. Despite a relatively low tackle count due to his impact plays. Let me stop there. Tawfiq had impact plays that you have to catch on the all 22 film. You will catch it on the all 22 film, his impact plays. Caleb Downs is not impressive to you either because he only had 2 interceptions. Neely, he's not impressive to you either. Because you said, what, he only had 1 interception. Well, Caleb Downs only had 1 extra. He had 2 interceptions. But you don't see the all 22 film to realize the impact that he has. Okay? To realize that the impact he has. Okay? This kid, Tawfiq had 1 interception, right? Caleb Downs had 2 interceptions. He took down the goddamn Thorpe Award. Now, I'm not saying God. I know somebody's saying I can't say it right, but let me just stop saying that because it's pissing people off. He took down the damn Thorpe Award. Okay? And it wasn't about all the interceptions, Neely. It wasn't about all his interceptions. Because you said that Tafi, he only would like 1 interception. Like, we can go replace that. You can't replace that. You can't replace what he did other than that. When you got to look at the all 22 film, it's very hard to replace. If you guys think you can replace that, you're not going to replace it. Caleb Downs won the Thorpe Award. He took down the Thorpe Award. He only had 2 interceptions. You have to look at the totality of what they bring to the table on defense. You got to go look at the all 22 breakdown and look at the totality that Tawfiq brought to the defense. Go look at the totality of it. And now you're going to see that you might potentially, by his senior year, have a Thorpe Award winner. That's that you guys. Um, what you said, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Tawfiq is that good. He's a future NFL player. That's what they're losing. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, they getting a safety from Northern Colorado half the price. Y'all keep talking about half the price. Okay, they could have got rid of Caleb Downs and got 3 safeties for half the price at Ohio State and saved money. Ohio State could have saved money too. They didn't have to give Caleb Downs millions of dollars. They could have went. You see how stupid that sound? They could have replaced Caleb Downs for 3 people half the price. Y'all crazy. What you mean half the price? We can get rid of Jordan Seaton and save money for half the price. Okay? Okay, we don't need Jordan Seaton no more either. Because we can save that money and go get 3 left tackles for half the price. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. I know their war chest is different, Alan. I have to, yeah. Yeah, the money looks different over there. But I get it though. You know why I get it? You have to look at things from both sides. So they may not have the money to pay everybody, which I understand. They trying to get people 50% off, man. Come on, man. Their war chest is different, so I get it. Allen had to cut that talk out. He said, nah, Max, their war chest is different. Their war chest is different. So think about it. Okay. So maybe they don't have the money Ohio State has. I understand that. So you can't. So if the kid, maybe they ain't got 500 to give them. So maybe they were like, yeah, maybe we can go out in the portal and get somebody for about 80,000, right? That's hungry and want it. But they're not going to be able to keep the player if he balls out because he going to want more money. Okay, yeah, boom, we can always go get another player. You're not winning like that. You're not winning like that. You see my point now? That's the point I'm making. Now, you remember when I said this? Now, you guys forgot. Now, I know it looks like I'm going hard, right? On the program, because I am. But remember I said, why don't Coach go to Michigan? Press 1 if you heard me say that. Why don't he go to Michigan then? Go, just please leave and go to Michigan. And you know what? Somebody said, well, Max, they're not going to hire Coach Brown. Why not? He's better than the coach they got there now. And he don't have to worry about no more money. And maybe he can pay the kid $500,000. He needs to go to Michigan. I think it might be a money issue. It could be a money issue as well. Oh, it could be a money issue. So, coach, go ahead and go to Michigan, man. He might as well go to Michigan because I get it. If they have a certain budget, they might not can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Then he want 500,000. They may not have 500,000. They don't pay Jordan. They don't pay the few others. You don't pay. Yo, he's worth more than the other player on defense y'all played. It was a cornerback. They said he holed out last year because he wanted more money. McKinney. That's what they allegedly. I'm gonna have to say allegedly because I don't know. They said that he held out, right? And accepted more than 500,000, but Tawfiq played better than him, and y'all can't give him the 500,000. Maybe you guys are like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We already paid him, even though they say he about to hit the portal. We don't pay Jaheim. Yeah, but this kid right here, he when I saw his all 22 film, he's worth the money. The only thing I could say is though, maybe he had a blow up with the coaches. That's the only thing I can think of. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I appreciate the people that rock with me for this year. Because I'm not easy to understand. I'm not. Because I speak my mind. And guys, in 2025 and moving on, a person that speak their mind, you're not gonna be liked by a lot of people. And I really appreciate the people that rock with me, man, because I'm not liked by a lot of people. If you notice, I don't collab with anybody in the space. I don't. They don't like me like that because I reached out to certain people and they wouldn't even return my inbox. Um Bucky rocks with me though. And Darius rock with me. They do. Um, they had said some good things about me in the past, so they rock with me because they know I'm real. They know I'm 100. So I guess that's all that matters. But yeah, people in the space, I'm not somebody that can rock that people like. And another thing is I'm older than a lot of people in the space anyway. And but I appreciate y'all rocking with me because y'all don't have to. And some things I'm gonna say you're not gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I said that Coach Prime need to go to Michigan and stop playing, you guys didn't like. Some people didn't like that because I'm dissing Colorado. Like, what you mean he should lead Colorado? The reason why I think he should lead Colorado because he need a bigger whale. He needs somebody with more money. Because Michigan has, I heard that they have Larry Ellison, for the guy from Oracle, that's giving him a lot of money. So that's what he needs. So he can go buy him a roster like Lane Kiffin is doing. That's why I said that. Because in order for Coach Prime to compete, he need elite money to compete. Because he's going to keep losing people like Tafi because they want money. Alleged. I don't know if it's all for money, but I would want my money too if I played like Tafi. Shit, if I was him, I asked them for at least $1 million, at least. I'm like, okay, how much they paid DJ McKinney? Okay, well, I want more than that because I outplayed DJ McKinney. I want at least 1.2. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they got it in their budget to pay him 1.2. I just don't believe Colorado has it. I just don't believe that. They don't have more money than Michigan. They don't. Because they're already talking about they're in the deficit. So my question is, guys, see, when I talk like this, it rubs people the wrong way. It does. It does rub people. But the thing, I want to say this, guys, we can agree to disagree. It don't matter if I piss you off. You know what I'm saying? It's only sports. You got to think about this, guys. It's only sports. I'm not talking politics. It's a bar. You know what it is? It's barbershop conversation. Because when y'all in the chat, I feed off what y'all say in the chat. We going back and forth because we know we're going to have a back and forth because that's what we going to have. That's like we in the barbershop. Man, Max, you bullshit. I don't mind you saying that because I'm like, man, you bullshitting back. You know what I'm saying? It's like the barbershop talk. Like, yo, David, man, you over here on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, yeah? Fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. I like that kind of talk. But I got something else going on in the show, so we're gonna get to that. Let me be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Here's one thing I want to say though, like like with Bucky and Darius and them, they don't care that I'm talking like this as long as I don't make it personal. They don't mind this type of talk because it's like barbershop talk. They don't mind this type of shit, right? Oh man, they bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They on some bullshit. You know, they out of pocket. They don't mind that kind of talk because they'll come back at me like, oh, you out of pocket, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no love lost. When people get personal, because I've already called out a streamer that got personal with Coach Prime because he called him a narcissist. So I said, wait a minute, you getting personal now because you're calling him a narcissist. You don't know him to call him no narcissist. And I had said yesterday that some of the players, they may not know how to have a conversation. I bet you if Tawfiq went to that man's office, he'll appreciate that. damn, Tafi came to me, you know what I'm saying? Tafi came up in here and squared things away with me. I bet you he will appreciate that. Tafiq may not know that. Or if I'm not saying they got a problem, if they do have a problem, all you got to do is go talk to him like, yo, coach, I need some money around here, man. If that's the case, I'm not sure if that's the case. He'll probably like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You represent it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll see what we could do. But also, I found out the rules are the rules. So if a player hits the transfer portal, once he hits that portal, then the coach is allowed to talk to him when the portal opens up. So we're going to have to wait to January 2nd because he may get him out that portal. He may say, nah, you need to be staying over here, right? It could be the situation, but we don't know yet. But the only person that really took it to another level was Neely when he said that, you know, we can go get 3 players for that amount. That's true, but you could get 3 players for the amount you paying Jordan Seaton. It's the same thing. I don't know how much they paying them because they don't disclose that information on how much they paying. But shit, you can get a discount on everybody. Everybody you can get a discount on in the portal. But what happens if you get the wrong person in the portal for the discount? You're trying to win over here. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. I mean, shit, y'all didn't get the quarterback for a discount. I heard he got paid. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't knock. I don't knock nobody getting their bread. But y'all sure as hell didn't get a discount on that quarterback. Sure didn't. Which is okay. But I get it. I get what y'all saying. You can get 2 for the price of 1 or 3 for the price of 1. And then out of that, you're going to hit at least twice. So I get that. You probably will. Because there's some players in the portal right now, even in the lower divisions. If they go land them, they got a pretty good ball player, I think. I'm looking at some now in the lower levels, not the Power 5, but I'm looking at some other players in JUCO and stuff like that. I got a list. I'm going to do that the next video, talk about the list, the JUCO list. There's a lot out there. Especially at that linebacker position. There's a couple that I have on the list that they probably already know about anyway. There's a lot out there. I'm going to do it on the next program. There's a couple starters that are rumored to be hitting the portal as well from these big name schools. There's one from LSU that announced. Yeah, we're going to see. You sound on like Neely talking about the players that's entering the portal. It's in bad taste. The same players that 3 weeks ago were your guys. Neely did the same thing with Dylan Edwards. He did. He said Dylan didn't like to compete. He said that. That's bullshit. You said it has been coaches who have done what? You said nobody said the school is broke. Nobody said Byard wasn't a good player. Oh, Neely said it. What are you talking about? Neely did say that. Neely said it. Neely said it. He had him in the. He had his picture in the thumbnail. He said he only had a certain pass breakups and 1 interception. He's talking about Tafi. Now stop. Now you guys might be paid to come in my chat to be talking. Okay? You might be, I don't know if they paying you to come in the chat to be a talking head, but listen, I'm going to end this right now. He was talking about Tafi. Yes, he was. Okay? Neely was the one said it. You're right. Thank you. Neely said it. Neely said it. So don't sit up here and act like he didn't say it. And Coach Prime liked the post. Okay? That's what happened. He said, oh, he only had one interception. Well, Caleb Downs only had two. Okay? Caleb Downs only had two interceptions, and he won the Thorpe Award. There's certain things that Tafi did that the stats are not picking up. So don't sit here and try to play Jedi mind tricks on us. He's talking about Tawfiq. He had Tawfiq picture in the thumbnail, number 7. Do Tawfiq wear number 7? Yes. He's talking about Tawfiq. He said, the 500,000, we can go get 2 or 3 players for that. I don't know if Tawfiq leaving for money. He's out of pocket for even saying it. Okay? He's out of pocket for saying that the kid want money. I don't know if he want money. He should keep that internal. Neely's out of pocket. You're not going to tell me right from wrong. I know right from wrong. He's out of pocket. He is in violation, and I'm sitting here reading him his rights. He has a right to remain silent. Anything that he say can and be held against him in the court of public opinion. Yes, indeed. He is in violation of statute 32.6.7. He's in violation of that statute. Yo, he's in violation of the statute. So that's all I'm saying. Okay? He's in violation. He was in violation with Dylan Edwards. He was in violation. And coach don't say nothing to him. So he must be thinking the same thing. I don't have a problem saying coach in violation. He could get his rights read too. But the only thing is he didn't say it. He didn't verbally say it. If he verbally said, I will be back. Now, the only reason why I think it could have been a situation, guys, where he had a blow up with the coaches. It's the only thing I could tell you. It's the only thing I could tell you, man. He may have had a blow up, and I don't wish players to have blow up on the coaches. You know why? Because it could hurt you. They messed around and started Ben Fenesef over him. I know he was mad. And then looking at his all 22 film and the decisions he made on the field, he does a lot of things that don't show up on the stats. So, hey man, I don't wish people to blow up though, because it'll hurt you. It hurts you in the professional space as well. Several key Buffalo players, as we know, had their intentions on going to transfer portal. We're gonna say they voiced their intentions. They have not entered the portal yet. Defensive end Alexander McPherson has said he's leaving. Omarion Miller, safety T.J. Branch, Jaheim Otis, Noah King, Tion Parks, Montrez Walker was the linebacker. Safety, they losing 2 safeties, Terrence Love and Tafi. I just said Omarion. Defensive tackle Brandon Davis Swain, that hurt. They losing him too. Now I know what y'all saying, Max. We can get him. We can get 2. We can get 3 Brandon Davis Swains. Okay. Offensive lineman Carday Smith. I know what y'all saying. We go get 3 Carday Smiths. Okay. I said Alexander McPherson from IMG Academy. Gabriel Lightfoot, Christian Hudson, Tafiq Thomas, and Draylon Miller. Now, they are hiring Virginia Tech defensive coordinator Chris Marv, who is expected to be named Colorado's linebacker coach, per CBS Matt Zenitz. So they're saying that they're getting ready to hire Chris Marv as the linebacker coach. And we already know about Brendan Marion. So he's beefing up his coaching staff. So if he is bringing in linebackers coach, that's a good look. But here's the issue, though. That linebacker coach, he may have not been the coach since day one. He may not have been the right fit since day one. So a lot of their problems stopping the run game, it could have been bad decisions from keeping him as a linebacker coach. Why is he not still the linebacker coach? Because they feel like he didn't cut the mustard. But Marv, as a 4-time All SEC linebacker and has spent 11 seasons coaching, he has served as Virginia Tech's defensive coordinator for 3 years. In his time, the Hokies' defensive coordinator, he led them to second in total defense in 2023. In 2025, the defense ranked 72nd in that. They ranked 72nd in the FBS and allowed 32.8 points per game. The second worst in ACC. That's not good. But he could be good as a linebacker coach, so we're not knocking him there. Johnny Mack has been promoted to Colorado's primary running backs coach, according to the Buff Zone's Brian Howell. Mack spent this past season as assistant running back coach, offensive analyst for the staff. So we have a new running backs coach replacing Marshall Faulk. You guys already know that. So in Mack, he held jobs at Eastern Central. He's a running back coach there at Hawaii. He was an offensive quality control analyst. At Southeastern, he was a wide receivers. Worked with the wide receivers. Houston Baptist, offensive quality control / running backs. At North Texas, inside receivers, return specialist. He played his college football for the late Mike Leach at Texas Tech as a running back / kick returner. So he's going to be working closely with the new offensive coordinator. Now, as far as, I want to go back for a second and take Tawfiq off the screen. Well, this is the linebacker coach that's coming in. That's going to replace the current linebackers coach, according to what they're saying. But here, I want to go right here. None of these players said they were entering the transfer portal yet. So hopefully they stay. But we're going to see if the Kalen Taylor decide to stay, Dallin Hayden and Michael Welch. This is their rushing attack. But they may go for more in the transfer portal. We'll see. But as of right now, they're still there. I know Neely was wrong as hell. But, you know, the thing is, if he was wrong as hell, coach liked the post. So, goddamn, like he's supporting it. Think about it. Think about this for a second. Neely was all the way out of pocket, and coach, he's okay with it. So, hey, man, it is what it is. That's what it is, man. It had to be some bad blood there, I guess. But let's see what Neely is saying. Let's see, he was on earlier. Let's see what he's saying. Because it's funny, one of the analysts that covered Colorado football, he was like, it's a huge blow. He was like, it's such a huge blow for the program to lose Brandon Davis Swain and Tafi. You should have saw Neely's face when he was saying it. Neely ain't caring about them,
yo. In the past, 2 times a year because they were 2 portals. Now we're going through it once.
Oh, you know what?
I haven't seen a time going even back to Jackson State where Coach Prime didn't come out better on the other side. It's just that the way the calendar is set up is so one-sided in the beginning that you can't help think the sky is falling. because all you get is leaving before you start getting. And
Wow, that's a hell of a breakdown. He said all you seeing is right now you leaving until you start getting. bro, this is bro. Yo, I'm gonna just let y'all know. Let me give you a disclaimer. I don't have nothing against Uncle Neely, but Uncle Neely is being Uncle Neely, yo. He don't give a damn, yo. Uncle Neely just whatever, yo. He not studying none of these players that's leaving. Uncle Neely like, yo, hit the portal then. F you. That's what he's on. Okay, he's on some F you, so what? It's us against y'all. If y'all want to hit the portal, F you. That's what he's on. You weren't good anyway with your one interception and your little 4 pass breakups. Man, get up out of here, man. Okay? Yeah, it's a roster purge going on. He like, fuck it. We only won 3 games. Y'all garbage anyway. He said, right now, you get the peer that's leaving, and we not getting right now because the portal not open. I get that. The portal opens on January 2nd. So hopefully they going to start. Listen, he said he never heard a time where coach was behind, and he was behind last year. They only won 3 games. So what they did in the transfer portal last year didn't work. Or they didn't utilize what they had. I don't know. But it didn't work, though. And the reason why it didn't work, because they lost so many people to the NFL that they couldn't replace. They lost a lot of NFL talent. And, it's hard to replace. You're going to have to take a couple years to revamp. It's like I keep saying, they're rebuilding. See what else he's saying.
And I'm with you, Adam. I think that when you look at just on the defensive side of the ball, that the trenches got to bring in some D linemen, got to bring in linebacker, got to bring in some secondary help. And I think that'll happen in the portal window. I mean, you can't sit here and pretend like this doesn't happen every year. Like at some point, I know tsunamis are about every 30 or 50 years, but at some point, we're going to get used to that the portal taketh before he giveth. Like that's just the nature of the calendar.
Yeah, you got to pull back before you come with it, right? That's what happened. That's what the tsunami term right there that you just referenced. But also with the y'all might listen if what your grandfather said, you might.
That's not sustainable though. It's not. I think they being told to say this. They are. They're being told. They're trying to clean it up. Listen, man. Let me see if Caleb Downs hit the portal. Let's see. I know he might go to the NFL, right? But let's say if he come back for his senior year. Let's see if he hit the portal. I bet you he stay. If he decide to stay in college football, he going to stay at Ohio State. Usually the dogs stay where they're at. Okay? It's usually you find the dogs in high school, and they stay where they're at. You're not going to get too many Notre Dame offensive linemen hitting the portal. You're not having it. So you can't keep having these people just leaving every year. It might be your philosophy. Because your philosophy, damn, I'm not going to pay this dude $500,000 when I can go get 3 other players. But what happens if the players ball out for Colorado, right? They're going to want their money. So that means you're going to tell them to go ahead and leave? It's just not, it's not sustainable. And I didn't see that guy, Adam Mustard Tiger, responding to what Neely said. He just remained quiet because he don't agree with it. You couldn't have me on the show. I'm like, yo, you out of pocket. I would have said that. We'd have been arguing on the show. You out of pocket, man.
Listen, if a white man said it.
Don't act like you ain't heard. Don't act like you ain't heard it before.
I definitely heard that before. My grandmother used to say it, but
I just said it publicly.
Yeah, you said it publicly. I mean, I'm thinking it's because a lot of comments are saying that Neely is scripted. They're saying in the comments that you're scripted with what you're saying, and then Adam comes and say the same thing. So is Adam scripted?
I got
what they're saying correct.
I got to be honest with Chico. I don't even have the comments on, so like I'm not motivated.
Okay, well, damn, this like Neely being Neely then.
Easy. Yeah, I could give a shit less. Like I know what I know. I know who I talk to. I know my sources. I know the access I have. I don't need IP Freely 69 in the comments
That's right.
challenging me on a conference call I was on that he wasn't on.
That's
You
right.
know, I just know Neely say something. Typically in the past, oh, you probably told you to say that. Adam said, oh, that's right, Mr. White Man. You tell him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting too involved in this.
That's right.
I'm not letting you. I'm not letting you guys clip this. I'm not letting you.
Lord have mercy.
You did enough when you told Dukes he was a ninja. You stay out of this.
Nah, man, Adam, you good, man. You know Adam good. I'm trying to be good too, Adam. But you know, we got Uncle Neely on this thing, baby. Uncle Neely gonna keep you on your edge, and he's gonna be a habitual.
Well, like he said, he got his sources. He be on the conference call, so he's an insider. So he pretty much saying it, man. You take your little wanting 500,000 elsewhere. We gonna go get three other players that's more hungry and want that. Yeah, Caleb. The reason why he left Alabama is because, come on, man, we already know why he left Alabama. And Julian Sand. You didn't mention Julian Sand. He left Alabama too. Him and Caleb left at the same time. The reason why they left is because Coach Saban retired. So those are different circumstances. They came there to play for Coach Saban. So that's why they hit the portal. But they not leaving Ohio State. I bet you that. They're not leaving Ohio State. No, they don't have no foundation. This is just, hey, man, it is what it is. But see, this year he can't say, oh, we got the team this year. He can't say that no more. Last year, he said that this team is better than when Travis' team. That's what he said. No, it wasn't. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Travis and them got to a bowl game. Okay, so this team was not better. So unless there's something happening in the locker room, it may have been better, but maybe something had a falling out or something. Yeah, he did say he know a lot more about the plans for the team. You say that you think it's a lot of moves being made that haven't come out. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. That means they got somebody coming in that's better than Tafi. That's what I'm assuming. If not, we're gonna see what they do on the defensive line. We're gonna see. That means but they're gonna have to spend money though, David. Davion, what is it? Davion TD. That means they're gonna have to spend some money to revamp that defensive line. That means they have to spend some money to upgrade that defensive line in the secondary. Okay, so we gonna see. I give them that because the transfer portal didn't open up yet, so we'll see. We'll see what they get. But yeah, from what some of the players are saying, they're not leaving because of money. I heard, well, I'm not going to tell you how I know. One of them said they're leaving because they're not getting coached. That's why they're leaving. The coaches are not coaching them. That's why most of them are leaving. That's what they're saying. It's not because of money. They try to make this thing look good. They're trying to say it's because of money. Some of the parents and stuff are saying that they're concerned. Some of the coaches don't care. They're not getting coached. They're not being taught how to watch film. That's why some of them are leaving. So I don't know. Like I said, there's two sides to every story. Actually, it's three sides to every story. It's the coach's side, the player's side, and then the truth. So I don't know what to believe. But they're saying it's not because of money. You said they had a good roster this year. Coaching really was bad. But here's the thing, though, David. That means that they're going to lose next year. You said, I think they had a good roster this year. Coaching really was bad and not enough leaders on the team. Plus, Salter was blown. That means they still got the same coaches, just about. I mean, no, they got a different running back coach. They have a different offensive coordinator. So we'll see because they got a different offensive coordinator. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. They have, I heard they having a different linebacker coach. So yeah, maybe it was part of the coach. So they did upgrade with the coaches, maybe. So we'll see. You said it's definitely money first, then everything. It could be, yeah. That could be it too. So if they're saying it's not money, I don't know, because I'm not in their, family to know exactly what's really going on. But some of the sentiment is that the coaches are not coaching, and they weren't prepared for the games. And then one of the players said that the tight ends coach used to put on YouTube videos to show them how to do things, like YouTube tutorials. Oh my God. I don't believe it. If that is true, oh my God. You got to put on a YouTube tutorial. I don't know. You know what I would have did to save face? I would have watched a YouTube tutorial the night before and tried to come in and show the players like I know something. Like I wouldn't show them no YouTube video. You said they missed the two coaches that went to Mississippi and Miami. See, that's the thing. Even with coaches, some of the coaches are on the come up. Like it's coaches, they're gonna be in different spots until they get to where they ultimately want to go. They get in their experience. So you got a lot of jumping around with the coaches. You know how we talk about the players jumping around? The coaches sure as hell jump around, don't they? Like, damn, like we don't even have the same strength and conditioning staff that we had year one. It damn sure worked in year two because they got to a bowl game. So why are you replacing the strength and conditioning coach? You ever thought about that? Why is the strength? But see, some of the people in the strength and conditioning went to other jobs. One of them is in the NFL now. One of them, remember the big dude that had the limp when he walked? He's with Travis and them, I believe. He's either with Travis and them or with Jimmy's team, Carolina. But he's in the NFL now. So a lot of these coaches, they sure as hell jump around a lot. So we can't even knock the players from jumping around because the coaches are jumping around. Remember Coach Mo? Not Coach Mo. That's strength and conditioning. Remember the coach that went to Syracuse? Now he don't left Syracuse. He going somewhere else. So we can't even knock the players really, man. To be honest, it's just the college football. It ain't the same no more, yo. It's not the same no more. Hold on. I'll call her back. I'm about to get off. I call her back. It's not this. I'll be honest with you guys. Now I'm just thinking about it. Can we really knock the players for leaving? The coaches, I mean, Marshall Faulk just got there. And now Marshall Faulk is leaving. Like, how do you expect the kids to be loyal if the coach is not loyal? Think about it. Look at what Lane Kiffin did, guys. We're not even talking about Colorado right now. Look at, yeah, I know Coach Nick was a good coach, but damn, he went to Syracuse and he don't left Syracuse. Look at what Lane Kiffin did. He coached his team all the way to the playoffs. Now he ain't with the team no more. He with, LSU. You right. Coach say it. He said this truly was the Last Supper. He did say that, didn't he? He ain't right. This might be Coach is wilding. You know what he might be thinking? All these MFers gotta go. All of them. Every last player. I'm going to get new players. Okay. Okay. I want all new players. Okay. Because he said it. He said he looked at players' attitudes on the sidelines when they're losing. He said, if you're sitting there having a good time while we're losing, remember when that game when they got belt the ass put to them when they were down 40 at halftime? Some people were like relaxing on the sideline. just chilling. They all gone. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. He saw how they were looking. He don't like their attitudes. That's what happened, guys. They all gone. Even Jordan Seaton. I think Jordan Seaton gone too. They totally revamping. Fuck it, get rid of him too. You know why? Because in that situation, we could save money and go get some people that's hungry. I think they getting rid of everybody because he said it. This is the Last Supper, and remember Bucky said it. Like, damn, after a game, people like happy and shit. Like they're not down about losing. Yeah, guys, I think it's a complete roster overall. That's why Neely don't give it that. That's why he acting probably the way he is. Like, fuck them, yo. Like, ain't nobody. But he said, remember when Bucky said the only person that cared in that locker room was Juju. He was crying. Remember that? Bucky said that. He said Juju was crying. Everybody else chilling. Yo, the offensive line, everybody gone, bro. Everybody. They're all gone. Wait till January 2nd. Everybody gone. Everybody gone, bro. Because if he said everybody, he said they were happy. He said after the law, everybody chilling. It's Juju was the one crying. So if that's the case, guys, then it's going to be a complete situation. And Coach Prime is there this year. He wasn't there last year. This year, he's there in the offseason. So I guess in their mind, we want to get a bunch of players in here that care. But I think Tafi cares, though. I don't see why he's leaving. I don't think everybody in Colorado you should let go. Tawfiq is one of them. I don't think they should have let Rock hit the portal either. Rock is a center. I don't think he knows it, though. He should be their center because they lost their center. Their centers don't have no more eligibility left. They lost him. But Rock, he's a center. They should put him at the center position. But maybe they think, nah, no, we getting a whole new squad. You heard they're fighting to keep Seaton. They don't want him to leave. Yeah, I think that's a media publicity thing because Seaton is popular. And I mean, why don't they fight to keep Tafi? Yo-Yo is good, TR. Yo-Yo is good. He's staying. I believe he's staying. Yo-Yo is good. Oh, did the center get one more year? So is he staying? He may be staying. I don't know yet. But their center is pretty good, the one that they have. Yeah, Cash was a good one, but Cash got money elsewhere. I'm trying to see. I think maybe if their center have another year eligibility, maybe he'll stay because he was good. But I guess Rock want to go somewhere and play, you know. So I don't mind that because Rock was either injured this year. He had some injuries. He was sitting the bench, so he might have redshirted this year to preserve his year. So I don't mind him if he want to go try to play somewhere else. That's fine. Oh, is he trying to stay? Well, he's actually really good. That center is really good if he try to stay. Or he might as well go ahead and try to see what he can do in the draft. But if not, he should come back if he can. You said the portal is easy to get into but hard to get out of. Some of these players about to get lost. Tawfiq is not getting lost in the portal. Hold up. I can tell you right now. Safety, defensive, let me see. Linebacker Mantrez Walker, he's not staying in the portal. Tawfiq Byard not staying in the portal. Marion not staying in the portal. Brandon Davis Swain not staying in the portal. Carday Smith is not staying in the portal. Defensive end Alexander McPherson is not staying in the portal. Defensive tackle Gabriel Lightfoot is not staying in the portal. Tafi Thomas is not staying in the portal. Draylon not staying in the portal. Safety TJ Branch is not staying in the portal. There's a lot more, but yeah, they're not going to stay in the portal long. They'll find homes. But we'll see. Yeah, some might get stuck in the portal or might go somewhere they don't want to go. So, but Tawfiq definitely not staying. He's a couple years before he get drafted. He's a couple years away from the draft if he stay healthy. You said, oh, might go to LSU. Carday Smith has potential. Well, Carday still has eligibility. He has 4 years. I think they said that he has 3 years of eligibility left. So he probably want to go somewhere and play. He played a little bit this year at Colorado. He also was in the special teams, on the line. But I think maybe Carday want to go somewhere and play. Tafi, good money. He's gonna mess around and be like Hood, right? It's unfortunate. Maybe it's a situation where he had a blow up with the coaches, maybe. Because I don't see why this is not a player that you want to keep. He's just short for a safety. He's just as tall as the Honey Badger. He's the same height. And also, he might be the same height as Bob Sanders. Same height. That's why I would say the Honey Badger, because they're about the same height. I'm not. It's hard to compare him to the Honey Badger, to Tyrann Mathieu, but yeah, everybody not going to find a home. But the players I mentioned will. Gabriel Lightfoot is finding a home. The kid from IMG Academy is going to find a home. And yeah, we talked about that, Jen, don't burn bridges. I'm going to tell you why. Nothing is perfect, right? Nothing is perfect. I believe communication is the key. Nothing is perfect. Even if you're on a team where the coaches don't like you, you always want to be professional and then go somewhere else. Because at least the coaches could say he was professional. He didn't give us no lip. Because other coaches ask, when they trying to pick you up, they'll call Prime. Hey, Prime, what's up with this player? They're going to ask him. And, some people ask, and here's another thing. There's a lot of, what do you call it? Because it happened last year. Coach said it. He said, you better stop contacting my players. He said, because my players are not in the portal, and y'all sitting up here messing with them. So there's a lot of tampering going on as well. It could be some teams in these players' ears already. That could be the case as well. We never know until Coach ain't said nothing yet. I don't think he's going to address it. He's not. Neely already did. And then you got Coach Corey leaving. I forget where he going? Memphis? Where is he going? He going to Memphis. He going back home, right? It's either Memphis, I believe. He's leaving. I don't know why the guy made it seem like it's a problem with him, saying that he's a can. I don't think so. Because all the people were liking his post when he announced that he's leaving Colorado. Bucky liked it. So I think he in good graces, you know what I'm saying? Bucky liked the post. Talking about Coach Corey Phillips. Corey Phillips from the recruiting. I don't know. We're going to see what happened in this portal. Because at this point, it feel like the Titanic got hit. That's what it feel like. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go like that dude jump on the boat and shit. Remember the dude jumped on the boat with the women? And he was on it. He like, shit, I'm not staying on this boat. It looked like the Titanic is getting hit. So I'm gonna hold off to January 2nd. Because they seem like they about to bring in the new year with a bang. So let's see what happens in the portal, guys. Because right now you know it's bad for me to be talking like this. Because I'm talking like they barely gonna win 3 games next year. That's how I'm talking. But because I heard what Bucky said. He said, man, people getting emotional about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know, Bucky. Like, it's hard not to. Bucky, it's hard not to get emotional here, man. Okay, and with that, we're going to take a commercial break. Bucky, man. Bucky, it seemed like the Titanic got hit. You hear what I'm saying? Okay. Listen, Bucky, it seemed like the Titanic got hit, man. And I'm holding on to the pole. Look, now I'm clowning. Look, I'm holding on to the pole, man. Every time I hear somebody hit the pole, like, ooh, Tafi. It's like I'm dodging water. You said Bucky's sleeping on silk sheets. Of course, he's not emotional about it. I know, but he might not see the wave coming. He might not see it. I see it. I see problem coming. He don't see it. You see what I'm saying? I'm already in the second game of the 2026 season already. I'm already envisioning a blowout. I'm envisioning it. They don't see it yet. See, I see the iceberg straight ahead. They don't see it. They sitting up in there listening to the music play. Okay? I'm like, yo, I think, what's that in the water? I'm like that. And you know, with a ship, it's hard to get it out the way. It's hard to steer it out the way. You have to have a certain distance to steer it out the way. They sitting up in there in the cigar room chilling, listening to music, and I see the iceberg coming. I'm already in the season already, Jen. I'm already in the 5th game of the season. Okay? And they're 1-4. That's what I'm saying. But they might have some tricks up their sleeve that they about to show me. I'm right. They gotta show me, y'all. That's all I'm telling you. Listen, I hate to be negative about this. Guys, they gotta show me this year. This to show me year. Y'all gotta show me, yo. Y'all gotta show me, man. Y'all gotta show me. Like, that's all I can tell you. Yeah, I know they know stuff we don't know. You said they've been knowing for weeks. This is gonna happen. All right. I understand that. They gotta show me, dog. They gotta show me, yo. Because I miss Travis. I wish Travis never could come back. I'm on that type of time. I wish Travis, we miss you. Shador, we miss you. Is there a rule that they can come back? Like, I miss y'all, man. Like, for real. You too, Shiloh. I miss you, man. I miss you, dog. Silman Craig, I miss you, man. You said I want to see Colorado strengthen the relationship with Sacramento State, turn it into a feeder school, the way JMU is to Indiana. I know he got embarrassed, but the thing is, it might be belt to ass this season coming up. You think the new offensive coordinator going to be like the head coach and prime the CEO? That's how he wanted, like kind of like Bobby Bowden was to Florida State, right? Yeah, like Bobby Bowden was to Florida State. Right. It's the same type of coaching philosophy. And he played under Bobby Bowden, the late coach Bobby Bowden, excuse me. So, all right. You Jen, are you okay with next season? Should I hold on? Should I hold on? Jen, tell me everything okay, man, and we'll be all right. Just say it. Everything gonna be all right, Max. We getting a bowl game, everything. Just say it. You said hold on for no, man. I don't want to hold on for dear life. Just say it's Max. They got this, man. We coming. Just say it. We coming, man. You said water rush, man. No, man. TR. That don't sound good. You saying pray? No. I mean that's a given to pray, but I'm just saying. Just say we got it. TR, just say right now, Max, you tripping. We're going to be number 2 in the Big 12. Just say that. You said, do you believe we coming? My belief it's I believe. What the hell with that, Jen? I believe. I believe. Let me shake it off. I believe. I believe. That's it. But we got Juju, so I'm happy with him. We got the running backs. Okay. And you said the center is trying to come back. We got a good offensive line. We need a whole new defensive line. It seemed like everybody leaving. We need a secondary. All right, how about this? Just take it month by month. That's it. Because we didn't get to January 2nd yet. Yeah, Juju about to shine. So let's get to January 2nd. Because y'all gonna be like, yo, Max, you tripping. What did I tell you? Look who they got in the portal, Max. Like who they got. Yo, go look. That's it. Let's just keep it like that. You said keep Juju in Boulder. Don't have Kirby in his phone, or it's a wrap. Did Kirby lose his quarterback to the NFL yet? Is his quarterback going to the NFL? If not, we need to watch that situation. Because Juju is in Georgia. Kirby Smart is in Georgia. Yeah, he could be able to go to his house. That's only a little short drive. You said I want Juju to shine. He's talented. Yeah, he gonna shine. You said they getting dogs. Okay, TR. Jen, we good now. He said we getting dogs. I'm good. I'm guys, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't feel right with the next coming. I don't feel right about the situation. But y'all saying we getting the dog, so we gonna wait to the second. We gonna wait. Whew, like Bucky said, people getting emotional over it. God dang. Bucky, I'm getting emotional over it. It ain't looking good, Bucky. It ain't looking good, man. And Bucky in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? So, Bucky, we need you, man. I see you over in the NFL now. Look, shining. I saw what Njoku said to you. He said, look, Bucky shining so much. Njoku had to show him a little something. Look, I got a little AP, Bucky. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got a little something, a little bust down AP. Because Bucky over there looking like Liberace. So he had to go show Bucky real quick. Bucky making friends in the NFL. You see what I'm saying? I see you, Bucky. You making friends over there. Yeah. So that's good. I'll be back a little later. A little later, I'm going to be a little bit more positive. And I'm going to talk about the people that I'm seeing in the portal and also JUCO. So I'm going to come back with that show because there's a lot of players out there, guys. There's a lot. It's a lot, especially in the JUCO. Just in the portal period. I heard this portal going to be filled up. That's what I heard. I heard it's just January 2nd going to be crazy. But all right, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and I will